Hello, everyone. It's time. I mean, I'm so late. I'm so late. I'm so sorry. I'm not having a good day. How are we doing? Before I guess yeet myself into a rant. Good morning, everyone. Luckily, it's still morning. Erin, yes, I will. I will. You can do it too. I think you were doing it already. To be honest. Um, Hi, robot. How did the traveling go? Straight up. Hi. How are you doing? And Wumpa Stompa. Wait, what I did? What did I wait for? Oh, I think what is happening with my camera? I don't know. This week is Winston. I just asked you if you wanted to play, and you didn't. Don't bully your sister. Don't bully her, please, please. Hi, 40. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good morning. So, listen. I got myself pizza last night, which is great. I don't think I would have survived the night if I didn't get pizza. It was lovely. I was so happy with it that I literally started shaking. Um, and then I took a nap. I fell into a comatose state until I don't know, pretty late, because I ate the pizza first. I mean, I was crying. I was crying when I stopped stream. I had to stop crying, had a pizza, took a nap. Woke up, heard that Ozzy Osbourne had died, cried some more, and then went back to bed. I'm so sorry if you were a fan of his. Because he was amazing. I talked about him a little bit with Aaron last night, and I had no idea. I had no idea that the thing that everyone kind of made fun of, even though we were all pretty aware of what was happening with him, that was because of a crooked doctor that was over um, medicating celebrities in his time. I couldn't read more because oh my god, this week. Yeah, I woke up, and has anyone ever been stung in the eye by a mosquito while you're asleep? Um, so that's how I woke up. If you know what that feels like. Um, but add to that what it feels like to wake up when you fell asleep, when you were still crying or semi crying. You wake up feeling like a freaking blowfish in a panic state, and that I still feel like that. It was because this morning when I woke up, I could barely open my eyes. They're a little bit better now. I put some ice on there. I feel like a blowfish that has puffed up. So it was sort of an accident. I mean, it happened. I was going to hear about it sooner or later. But I had just woken up from a stupid bad nap. And then it's like, oh, okay, well. And the irony, well, there's so much irony this week because Monday, I in my Monday note, I talked about trust. And then, the, the, yeah, yesterday happened. Um, the release and going viral of the video of William McNeil Jr. Um, you know, that was an interesting experience to then have to be challenged with. Right, right. This is why we don't trust certain uh, people, I guess. Uh, and I'm already emotional this week. So I wake back up, and I had said to Erin that I would talk to her later. And the first thing I tell Erin is like, if only naps made the world a better place. And Erin is like, yeah, Ozzy Osbourne died. So I just started bawling again. What do you mean? What do you mean he died? He was just. But yeah, he died, and I went on to read a little bit. Yeah, about that, right? Oh my God. So that was just, I did order, I did order, I mean, yeah, it's true. I did ask what happened, but I wasn't expecting that. I thought the worst thing has happened already. I saw, I saw the reason why humanity is losing faith exponentially with each passing day and every video that gets released. So, you know, surely nothing bad happened when I was sleeping. But I shouldn't ask questions. He lives forever. So I cried really a lot yesterday, and then this morning I wake up feeling like both my eyes have been stung by a mosquito. Uh, it was my fault. Yes, I shouldn't ask questions I don't want to know the answer to, and I should have known. But anyway, I have been stung by a mosquito on both my eyes, and I know it was one mosquito because I had been hunting that one mosquito the evening before, and he escaped me. So I woke up that next morning. This is quite a bit ago. I do think I still have the video because then that morning I woke up and both my eyes were just swollen shut completely. I was so pissed off because I didn't get any sleep, and then I wake up after a few hours of miserable and both my eyes. Are you kidding me? Not if one would have been bad enough. No, both. All right. So I went on a death hunt, and because mosquitoes hide during the day, and I was like, I'm gonna find you. And I don't care if it takes the rest of the freaking day. I'm gonna take my revenge. This has gone too far, and now you're gonna die. And I found him, and I killed him, and I did make a very interesting video probably because I look like hell. But I had to have proof and send it out to friends because I was so upset and I needed comfort and affirmation. Um, so yeah, that's how I feel. I don't recommend being stung by a mosquito or several at your eyes, just not in general, but both eyes. That is just. So I kind of wanted to cry again this morning. And then I wanted to, I'm gonna pretend everything is okay. I'm gonna do my chores, and do a load of laundry, and I want to open my laundry, and I realized that yeah. So yesterday I did a load of laundry as well, and then I saw that video. Um, so I just it left my head that I had done laundry. So I woke up to musty, nasty smelling, uh, what are they called, towels this morning, and I was already looking like this, already not feeling great. Dang it, I ruined my laundry, so I had to do that again, and no, it didn't stop there. Uh, and now my uterus is starting to hurt, and I'm probably gonna have to make a hot water bottle really really soon. And I don't want to because I'm already sleepy from all the crying, and I'm gonna be even more sleepy if I get the hot water bottle. But I'm afraid it's starting. I knew it was happening. I knew it was gonna be. I was gonna be in an episode in the coming days. But can I get a freaking break, please? I'm kind of done. So it's a good thing that I had pizza last night. So the only thing that saved me is the fact that I had leftover pizza. Because I always order too much, so I have leftovers for breakfast and snacks and stuff. But I've been thinking the last hour or so, I guess, well, a little bit more than an hour. Um, how just a few months ago, I would have canceled stream just after the first cry. I Garfield. Yes, I killed a mosquito. Yeah, sorry. No, wait, this was years ago. No causation or correlation. None of that. No, 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 no. I think that happened in like 2018 or something. So no, 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 it's not my fault. Uh, Dang it, where was I? Where was I? Oh no. I saw my name pop up, so I got distracted. Hi Riku. Um, Dang it, where was I? Oh, that I would have canceled stream when I had found the laundry that has been sitting there for 24 hours and it smelled really bad. I feel like it smelled like you know mold. It's fine now, but I would have canceled stream because I was bawling again and my face it looks messed up. I feel like I look messed up today at least, and I sound a bit sound a bit off. Um, but something did really change when I broke my elbow. Um, in short, I broke my elbow, and with it, I shook loose a lot of memories from my childhood that are the root of a lot of trauma that has detached itself to CPTSD. And the most important lesson that I learned from breaking my elbow is that there is a very distinct voice in my head from my caregiver that is not only very mean, but actively bringing me down on bad days. And I heard the distinction for the first time because I was in pain for about 6, 7 hours straight. And I heard that voice 6 hours for just as long and afterwards as well. How dare I fall? How dare I um, need help to get to the hospital and waste an entire evening? It's such a beautiful evening, and could have been doing something better, and the money that it cost. So that kind of things I kept hearing. I was being mentally abused by the voice of the one that was supposed to have taken care of me in a situation like that. But I wasn't allowed to be sick, let alone in pain. And if I'd broken something, I don't know what would have happened. uh, so it something clicked after that because I could no longer deny that. Wait, this is not how I talk. Also, not to myself. That's not my voice. So for the first time, even though I was aware of this concept that the voice in your head that you hear is the voice that is your parents, your caregivers. Winston just fell off a cabinet. I've known about this concept for literally 15 years. But it wasn't until I was in so much pain for such a long time, which was one of the things I wasn't allowed to be in, uh, that I could make the distinction. So back to now, and this morning, and I, had to have a little cry on the bathroom floor because I didn't do the laundry, and I heard the yelling again, and I heard, it's clear. I can hear it now for what it is. Even though I had to cry, I was able to disconnect from it and to look at it for what it is, trauma, instead of being consumed by it. And then I kind of went along. And I'm here anyway, which is, like I said, just a few months ago, I would not have been able to see through it, and I would have gotten stuck in it. This is an interesting week. I'm exhausted, mentally completely drained. I am done. Hello, Immortal. Working again. It's only 4 weeks, so I feel like 4 week, 4 days. I feel like it's not that bad. Hi, Adam. I saw you come by. How are you doing? What the hell are you doing, 40? This place is like us. People go and go so quickly here. Hope you heal from the stinks. Whoa, what? Here we have quite a lot of regulars. I feel like I don't know. I don't understand what's happening. Um. So yeah, I'm here, and we're going to do things. I'm actually no. I'm serious. I have to do adulting again. I have to do some bookkeeping first, and then Very deep sigh. Oh no, I'd never even turned on my candles. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to be sleepy in a little bit. I did take painkillers, like the full amount. That's so rude. I'll do ads when we start the first sprint, because they were about to start, and I don't agree. This is the cute Mario lady. What does it mean? Wampa Sampa, what does it mean? Well, thank you for showing up. Immortal? We care for each other, right? We show up for each other, and we make sure that at least we hold a little bit of space, even if we can't really do anything. I am living on coffee at the moment. I'm already almost through my allowance. It sounds very silly, but that's how tired I am. Crying is exhausting, and I don't think that the sleep you have when you fall asleep crying is really very comforting. It's just a black pit of nothing, and then you wake up and the world is still shit. And Ozzy Osbourne has died. I can't. That was, I don't know. I'm gonna read up on that a little bit, I think, as well. But I have to do some bookkeeping first, and then some other torture. I need to finish this. I need to finish this. I'm done with this as well. This has been the worst week to read this. I've been reading this for 2 weeks. What is happening? I'm glad that I'm ahead, so that I don't feel pressure from this arbitrary goal that I've set, which is only 100 books. Well, 100 books, not only. I'm almost there, and I'm gonna keep this in sight to remind myself that this is what I have to look forward to. A stranger. Oh, don't talk like that, 40. You have to care about yourself. How are you going to care about anything else if you don't know how to take care of yourself? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I've ever been a Mario lady, though. Have I? Could be. Sometimes I don't know. I don't know, you know. There was it a black bit and like kind of return renewed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that between now and Sunday, I'm gonna be in an episode. Now that's why the lighting is a little bit weird. By the way, I have not opened my curtains. Well, just the least amount I can get away with. I have been turning on my overhead light with my sunscreens because it is a bit dark at the moment. But I don't want to get a headache. There's already, you know, the cry pressure. It's not quite a headache unless I cry more today. Hi, Budani. I didn't see you come in. Hello, how are you doing? uh, Catch 22. If you care about us and we care about you, you have to care about yourself. Yeah, because a happy you makes happy us. It's about it's the airplane thing, right? If you don't put on your own air mask first, then you're not going to be of any help. Vincent, are you okay? Should I? I'm leaving a glass of water on the table these days because Winston is obsessed with, and that's very interesting because Bo was like that as well. She insisted on having a glass of water of her own on the table, even though there was water everywhere throughout the house. I'm talking about my cats, by the way. How am I? I am alive. I'm alive. I'm gonna do a little bit of bookkeeping with as little as I can get away with. If I get upset with it, I'm just gonna do it after stream and with in bed. I think bookkeeping is something that if you do that yourself, you should do that in the most comfortable place possible. but I do kind of need the pressure at the moment. So I'm gonna do my best. And after that, I need to finish this. This is a horrible day. Bookkeeping, but reading books that I don't enjoy. I'm also nearing the end, and I'm so afraid that the end is gonna piss me off. So I might need some emotional support when I finish this book. Life is a good thing. It is, and sometimes that's all you can ask of yourself. Sometimes that's good enough. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, cats are mystical. They understand vibration. Yeah, yeah. I fully believe. Well, animals in general, I feel like horses, for example. I worked with horses, and the way they behave. For example, with kids with learning disabilities, it's really interesting. I've witnessed it a few times. The wildest horses. Oh no, being the sweetest, most obedient little ponies when in contact with a child that has a disability or something. All right, I am going to run some ads, mute myself, and do bookkeeping. Isn't it fun to be an adult? Gotta love it. Let me know what you're up to. If you want to keep each other company and chat, that would be lovely. I'm gonna do my best, and I'll see you in 30 minutes. Good luck. Last minute. Hello, here we are. We're taking a 10-minute break. I'm sorry. I did something, and now the titles of my documents have disappeared. I don't know how to get them back. They didn't disappear, but like they're not showing, and I don't know what I did. But I just went to a new browser, and it's okay over there. So it's really me. I did it. I don't know. Oh God! And I think I have to go outside to pick up my meds. I think I have to do that at some point. I might have to I might have to wait until dark, so I don't run into anyone I know. I walked into someone from the store this week, last week, and I haven't been in a while because a lot has been happening. But it's annoying to hear news about the store and to hear people say that they kind of miss having me around. And also, I don't want to lie about why I haven't been motivated to put in more effort, which is just I don't get along with the new guy. Uh, but I've heard some things. I've heard some things that have been going around about me, and that is, you know, one person saying it is like, okay, I believe you. It's a good source. But when more people are saying it, it starts to be upsetting, even if it's not true. It's a small town, and it's one thing to say you don't get along with someone. It's quite another to just blatantly lie. And this is one of those days. I'm gonna see everyone. I'm gonna see everyone. I've already decided I'm not going to the grocery store. I don't care. I don't care what it is. My cats have food, and I've bread and I have water. I'll be fine. But I think I have to. I'm afraid if I don't go today, and I have to go tomorrow, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. Because if I'm in too much pain and I don't have painkillers, you see the problem here. That's gonna be a disaster. The cats are really into being on stream lately. Is that me? Hi Storm. Prove them wrong. Retaliate with love. Yeah, but no to the rest. Don't call me out. Hello. I'm safe and sound home from my trip. Fourth laundry running. Oh, it's the laundry from being on vacation, isn't it? Luckily, we don't have to do it by hand anymore because that was. Winston, did you just actually put your foot in food? You did. Hello? What are you doing? Don't step in it. No, he's looking at it as if it's always here. So I can make sure that if Tous is eating, that Winston doesn't bully her. Hi, Shake. How are you? I saw you come in. I mean, that's all I need to survive. If I'm in pain, my endometriosis is starting to act up. If I can get away with not going outside, I will absolutely not go outside because it's too much effort. It's just too much effort. I'm in too much pain, and I don't want to bump into anyone I know at the moment. I'm not having a good week. So, and I know the universe. When you don't want to see anyone, you see everyone. Everyone you know is suddenly meeting up at the grocery store and having coffee or something. I don't know. And if you do want to run into people because you have exciting news or something, no one, just gone. Everyone. I truly feel like the life is like The Sims some days. Will the pain escalate without proper food? No, no, it's gonna escalate no matter what I do. And I try something every once in a while, and it's just yeah, I have to sit it out. The best I can do is accept my fate, and wrap myself in blankets and have a hot water bottle. Luckily, it's not too hot today, but I'll be sleepy because I've been crying a lot in the last 24 hours. So I'm already a little bit sleepy and weepy. And if I get the water bottle now, I'm gonna not gonna be able to finish the stream because I'm gonna be too tired. I want to lay down, which is truly one of the worst things about having endometriosis and summer, because you're overheating already. It's way too hot, but then it's the only thing on top of the painkillers that gives me a little bit of relief, so that I can at least read a little bit. Unless I have a migraine as well, which is it happens more and more. I've been getting better at stepping away quicker though, because it is also worse because I don't know how to say no even to myself. So I've been getting better at stepping away, or having less light like today. I just it's something I have to keep in mind every day, even if I'm not in an episode. I have to make sure that I don't overstimulate myself, so to prevent, for example, a migraine from developing. And it's progressive. It gets worse every month, really, and it doesn't feel really like it gets worse every month. But if I look back at last year, for example, I was having migraines, but this year I've gotten vertigo with it. Mm. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever had a migraine, but imagine having a migraine while standing on a cliff. It's the wor- I don't know how my body came up with it, but it did, and now I'm really terrified of migraines. I already was, but now I'm horrified. Every month I'm scared I'm gonna get one of those again, which is a new thing since this year, really. Hold on, I have to welcome someone, or I get to welcome someone. Hello, only snake. This reminds me of your name reminds me of Hotse. What is that? Some funny video I watched as a teenager at school. It was Dutch though, so I don't know if you know it. I'm sorry. Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. How are you doing? I live in a heckin' small town. For me, visiting the big cities, especially during the weekends and summer, pure chaos. People look at you walking and don't move from your path. Cities are wild, but small towns are wild as well, just for different reasons. Hey, wait, hello. I want to say hello to Barbara and Tim as well. Tim gave a follow last night, so if you see this, welcome. And Barbara, just before I started stream, I think. Yeah, this morning. Welcome. How are you doing? If you're seeing this. I mean, small town life it's interesting, isn't it? Everyone knows each other, and even if you don't know them, like actually you know someone who knows them. And it's super entertaining, I guess. Mostly it's harmless, but what I'm talking about is actually lies, like pure lies. And this is very sad, and not just because it's making me sad that this person feels the need to lie about me in such a way that would hurt my reputation, really, but also just that this person apparently feels the need to do that. You know what I mean? Aside from me being affected by it, that it's just sad people. If you feel the need to bring other people down, please talk to someone. Go talk to someone, read a few books about what you think might be happening. And don't project on other people, man. Come on, the world is already don't do the work for the evil people. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't retaliate with love. Oh, but also just having to go to the doctor's office. You're going to see someone you know. It's just a fact of life. Because everyone goes to the same doctor. So you just know. Ah, but I need my painkillers. I really don't want to. Maybe, if it starts to rain, then I'll be happy to go outside. Whether I'm in pain or not, then I'll be happy. I'll bring out my umbrella. I'll even take a detour. I would love that actually. So let's do a little dance to the rain gods. Yeah, it's unfortunate, don't you think, Riku? Most people just suck. Rules already chaotic way and make it worse. Yeah, exactly. You don't. You're not helping your own reputation by lying about other people, and especially if you're lying about someone who has had a certain reputation for quite a few years. And I'm pretty known in this town. It's not a big town, so I wonder what this person thinks to achieve. I never understand. I never understood uh, why. I mean, yes, objectively, but in my heart, I don't get it. If that makes any sense at all. Um, let's do a power hour. I want to do a power hour because I need to get into this thing, and then hopefully I can get into flow, because that is what is the purpose of the power hours, to practice flow. Flow is basically, if you want to do a quick Google to do some research, that would be great. But basically, it means getting into the zone and just like zooming away at your work. But this is difficult, and especially these days where you're basically trained to have the attention span of a goldfish, uh, it's hard. So don't punish yourself. Just get back to it. That's the practice. If you fall out, just get back to it. And it will get easier and easier to not only get back into it, but stay in it as well. So let's do it. If you want to keep each other company and chat because you're having a bad day, please know that that's fine. It's okay to have a bad day. But let's just do our best, all right? The world is not going to end quite yet. And yeah, I know, Budani, we're all in the same freaking boat. So you know what? We're going to practice and forgive ourselves, because it's not entirely our own fault. As long as we try. Okay? Good luck. I'm going to make some tea with a lot of sugar, all the sugar. We'll see you in an hour. Last minute. Sort of. How did it go? I think I figured out how I wanna how I wanna handle the situation. I'm a bit confused though, so I'm looking over some invoices. Wait, we're taking a 10-minute break, by the way, and then we're going into a sprint. We're doing two more sprints, if that's okay with you guys. Something is wrong with a store, and I can't figure out how they got to a certain amount of taxes. It's really confusing. I've tried every possible every possible equation. It's just I have to look into it after. I'm just working through it right now. I'm tagging them, like, but I'm confused. Something isn't adding up. But what do I know? This is I haven't been using that store for that long, so we'll see. How did it go? Ah, do I want to read here and suffer, or do I just want to keep? I think I want to keep going with this. It took a moment. I got stuck on those on those invoices from that particular store. There's not a lot of them, luckily, so I can just try to figure it out after stream when I'm not all over the place. So I didn't make the progress that I could have made. Now I know how much time I spend on each section. So I think I'm going to continue, which means you won't. But um, look, I am going to vlog the third book, right? I'm going to vlog the third book, and I will tell you all about the first two books and my experience in that video as well. It's not going to come out soon because you don't. First off, I don't want my first reading vlog to be about a book that I'm reading because of not too positive reasons. If, I don't feel comfortable with that. It feels very mean. I already feel mean, but maybe she should have taken longer than 9 days to write a book. I don't know. So you won't be seeing my response. I don't think I'd be able to finish it anyway in the time we have left for today, because it takes so long sometimes to go through a page, because I wanna look something up that she's mentioning, and just taking notes in general. I feel like I'm spending just as much time as you spend on writing it, which says a lot, because it's not that much time, but it's taking me a lot longer to read this book than the average than I don't know. I really don't know. It's so long. 2 weeks, I think. Just going to continue reading, but still cleaning and laundry my stuff from the trip. But I guess that's okay too, right? Have the spooky suggestions been added to the poll? No, no, no. Well, I can't take them out yet, because I don't have a place to put them. They're not going to be in the same jar, because that will kind of defeat the point, I think. But also, we're not gonna do the raffle for the spooky books until the month before. So at the what is this? Why are you tickling me? I think September. The first Sunday of September, we'll do the raffle for October. So we still have some time to collect a few books, and yeah, I want a sort of spooky kind of jar, something that is at least a little bit interesting, just like I would like to have something that kind of feels like the holidays for the holiday books, even though we do. I'm afraid I'm going to have to do some research and try and find some books to fill it up a little bit, because I don't think a lot of people read or know from the top of their heads a holiday specific. Spooky is easier, I think. So they're not going to be put in the regular book club polls anyway, in the raffle. Speaking of book club though, this Sunday is the wrap up, isn't it, for this month? I mean, there you've been in a lot of books, didn't you, Robot? So I can imagine you want to know whether your books are going to be chosen. So it's okay. There's no such thing as dumb questions as long as they're genuine. We're not talking about trolls or people who are just trying to poke the bear, but there's no stupid questions. Yeah, this Sunday we're doing the wrap up, the book club wrap up, and please work. If there's any spelling mistakes in there, don't tell me. I don't want to know, okay? There's also a spelling mistake in one of my shelves on Goodreads. I don't want to know. I already do. It's just that when I think about changing it, I don't want to look at screens and I just, it's not that I'm forgetting about it. It's on my to-do list actually, but it, Goodreads is stressing me out. I am decoding the writing. It's a journey. It's truly a journey. And also the notes that I'm making are going to be for a Patreon. So I do want to, if I'm not agreeing with something, if I do want to have like sources of where you can find more inspiration. So I am also making it a little bit more elaborate than I normally would, and it's different from how I normally work anyway, because normally I put in the tabs and make markings, and then afterwards, after everything has sunken in, I go back and do this, what I'm doing now during reading, which is I read something, I'm like, put my book away and make a note. I also put in a little marker so I can find it, the exact sentence easier. But it's all a little bit different, so I have to get used to it, and I do think I have to go back and edit. It's extremely raw the notes. They're very emotional, I guess. They're just out there. It's just what I think I feel in the moment of reading it, really, and it's kind of funny to read it back as well because I know exactly what's happening. Oh, this girl, I don't know. I realize that I most enjoy books that are a series of short stories. Really, Udani, that's interesting. That's the hardest for me to read. I tried to read The Dubliners from by James Joyce, and I could not. It's just I don't know. But that's a great way to practice your attention span if you have trouble with that. Short stories. Why didn't I think of this? Great idea, Udani. Which is why I think I like reading about Greek mythology so much. As it's just lots of little stories. I need to get into it. What is the latest thing that you thought was really, really interesting that you learned? Imagine being spell checked, then just having a conversation. Huh? What do you mean? Me? I would actually. I am one of those people. I can't help it. Literally. It's kind of genius, Budani. That's so interesting. I never would have thought, because the reason I have trouble getting into short stories is because then it's over and I have to make a decision again about what am I going to read next, and I'm not good at making decisions. I try to not make decisions if I could get away with it. But actually, if you have trouble, short stories. Oh, now I feel like I'll have to put in a little bit more effort to try and find books so I can make a nice shelf to refer people to who would like to get back into reading instead of giving something that is almost, I mean, I wouldn't say you're setting yourself up for failure if you try to get into a book that is like 200 pages when you haven't read for a long time and you have trouble with your attention span. Because thing is, just because there's people out there who read like 10 books a month doesn't mean you have to. If it takes you a year to finish a book, if it takes you 10 years to finish a book, it's fine. It's totally fine. You're trying and you're doing your best. And that's all I can ask. But that will be a good compromise. My God. Am I happy that I showed up today? Because that is now burned into my brain. That's great. Black Shuck? The Devil's Dog by Piers Warren is a good spooky horror book based on a Norfolk ghost myth. Really? I'm fascinated already. Oh no, hold on. I forgot to welcome some people. Hello, Morsines and Commoner today. Hello. Oh gosh. Welcome. Thank you so much for the follows. We're going to do 2 more sprints. I'm going to mute myself. And I'm going to continue with what I'm doing because now I've got a little bit, I've got to figure, I just have to ignore the thing because it's not, I didn't do that, right? I didn't make that invoice. So I can't change it. I'm going to continue with my bookkeeping stuff and just try not to get stuck on that because I don't know. All right, 30 minutes. Let me know what you're up to if you want to keep each other company in chat. That would be great too. But if you want to pick up a book, try a short story. um, Definitely some topics that are good for it, like Egyptian mythology would be good also. Maybe just like, they're great, Daddy. I love them as well. It's basically what every other story is based on. Actually, really, when you think about it, everything that came after is fan fiction. You don't want to know how many books out there are fan fiction about like the Bible. It's truly amazing. All right, I'm gonna shut up. You are nice, Wampa Stampa. Don't forget. Good luck. I'm gonna go. See you in a bit. last minute. All right, that was it. The sprint. Shall we do another one? God dang it. I'm honestly not entirely sure because my eyes just my eyes are starting to hurt. I shouldn't. I just talked about how I've been good. No, I can't do it. I'm so sorry. Nah, I want to so bad. I want to so bad because I'm glad I showed up. I do feel a little bit better than I did this morning. I was just thinking that, yeah, it's really a symbiotic relationship. I know there's a lot of talk about, yeah, parasocial and stuff, and I get that. I get that, and we all have to be careful about that. You have to remember that I'm a human, just like I truly do remember that you are human. Um, but I promise you, it helps me not give up on the world that you show up and that you're here for me, just as I'm trying to be here for you. You know? So I really want to stay for like another hour, but I have to listen to my own advice. Otherwise, I'd be a hypocrite, which I am. Everyone is. Everyone is a hypocrite at some level. So let's have a little bit of a chat, and then I'm gonna turn off my lights and you continue working, but not with the bright lights and the curtains and stuff. Just crawl into bed and do some cozy work instead. I think that's for the best. I'm so sorry, especially because we're having interesting conversations in chat. Has anyone seen the new Lilo and Stitch? I agree that I will go rest Garfield. I will. Just I'm not gonna just like bam go. I wanna close it off a little bit and yeah, slowly, not so abruptly because I hate that too. I hate it when that happens when someone changes the plans, which I am doing now last minute. I really wanted to stay for the full hour, the last full hour, but it's just not a good idea. I'm so sorry. I do have to, do walk with me this week as well. Um, I haven't forgotten about the bread recipe, by the way. I was going to post that on Instagram, but I haven't had the brain to do it. I haven't forgotten. Don't worry, I will. I might make one really soon again and make a proper reel of it. I'm afraid that my Instagram is going to become a mess really soon. I wanted it to be just book related and maybe Patreon promo stuff a little bit, but I'm afraid it's going to merge with some just random things. Maybe you'll like that as well. I don't know. Is there something you are interested in? Me sharing over on Instagram because I'm just trying. I haven't been reading a lot of good books, as you may have noticed if you follow me over there. That I haven't had a lot of interesting books, and there's barely any quote. I mean, this I have one. Wait, I didn't. I don't. That's it. It was so. I was so sad when I read that. I don't think I had a pen at that moment because I just haven't. I just haven't had any. What is that? I do also kind of want to eat some leftover pizza. My stomach, I just thought of it, and my stomach was like, "Rawr, rawr, rawr, rawr," agreeing. Hey, hello, where did you go? I'm pretty sure that I saw something. Oh, I don't want to look at the page. I don't know. In the two books of the series, there's only one time that I was like, all right, so you do have like common sense. You have good advice. Why don't you keep that up? Well, because apparently this young lady writes books in 9 days, which isn't a bad thing. By the way, I was a very loyal NaNoWriMo participant for a very long time. I think I joined the third year. No, I think it disbanded because they kind of messed up. But um, and I wrote a book in 3 days once. I didn't sleep. I drank 20 liters of Monster, I think, and I was absolutely out of my mind after those 3 days. But basically, Nano was a bit of a challenge where you had to write, well, were invited to write a book in November with a sort of minimum to win, because everyone could win, it's not a first place, writing 50,000 words. That was the goal. And you could have that be the entire story, which would be a bit of a novella, or it was a program to help you start, because a lot of writers have trouble starting, and to have the community thing was very, very, very fun. I very much enjoyed that, really. And traveling shovel of death, for example, that came from Nano. So I did the same kind of thing, except that we all knew, as far as I understand, that Nano wasn't then you go and publish that book. No, you had until April to edit your first draft, because that's what you made during Nano. And if you reached that goal, you could, through Nano, get your book. You get I think it was 10 copies of your book printed and sent back to you if you managed to get the 50,000 words. So, just because I have also participated in writing entire books in like a few days, doesn't mean that it was publish worthy. You have to edit your crap, She didn't do that. So it's just a bit sad. It's just a bit sad. Oh, okay. For 2 minutes. Yeah, I agree already. Wait, hold on. Well, let me scroll up just a little bit. I'm probably going to miss something, so I apologize. I spent all of Saturday telling patients to keep hydrated and behave and drink water, not beer. Huh? That's such a... No, I'm not going to say that sentence. That was probably very rude. Never mind. But beer is water. I mean, it has water, yeah, sure. But also, don't drink water, please. Speaking of which. Yesterday I got yelled at for drinking 5 cups of coffee. Why 5? I start like the day with 5. That's just the beginning. Who is yelling at you? Coffee is life. Straight up, we're talking about me being. Oh, I think my record now was, I think it was 3 days, and I lived on Monster energy drink. 20 is probably a bit of an exaggeration, but you get the point, right? I didn't sleep. I was just like typing, and then I hit the 50,000, and I had only a little bit to write, and it was amazing. But also, never again. That it's not good for your health. I had a lot of editing to do as well, so I'm not sure it was worth it. It was a fun experience, and it kind of helps you remember that it's possible within a decent amount of time, but it's not going to be great. Thing is, editing to me, in my experience, is a whole lot easier than writing itself, which sounds very logical. So if you do a word barf and participate in something like NaNoWriMo, it can be really motivating to have that experience and know, I can do this. I can write a book. But I don't know if she knew about Nano. I don't think it exists anymore. They really messed up. 2 years ago, I think. Too many of the popular films now are CGI and one-liners are rehashed until there's a insert name part 21, then a few years break, then insert name. I don't know, man. It's lots of shortcuts being taken, and it's interesting because there is a clear divide between people who kind of adore CGI and others who would prefer that there's some actual acting happening, and people who do method acting and stuff. Now, I don't agree with some of the extreme weight loss and gain. That, for example, what's this face? The guy who was in the movie The Machinist. That, I mean, so impressive, so unhealthy. Don't do that, or ask for more time to prepare, because that's wild. But yeah, I don't know. I would prefer if it looked a little bit more real, personally. Garfield is prescribing me cold pizza and after ice cream. I don't have ice cream. I don't have ice cream. Uh, I do have pizza, so I'm gonna eat pizza. I might make a milkshake, because I do have enough stuff for a milkshake. That doesn't include ice cream, just milk, really, and ice and flavoring. Either tea or coffee is my guess. Wait, I drink like 20 liters of Monster. Yeah, Monster. Um, I don't drink energy drinks anymore. I wasn't aware of what sugar does to your body. I found out probably 2 or 3 years after that insane 3 day NaNoWriMo experience. But I listen, when I say sugar is bad, it's coming from someone who was so fully addicted to sugar that I didn't drink water until I was 19 or 20. I just didn't drink water at all. I had cola or something else sugary, like iced tea. Bad, just bad. It's a miracle that I have all my teeth, truly, because even if I never ate candy that much, I just drank. So I lived on soft drinks and energy drink. My choice to step over to coffee was a very wise one. No, I'm not. I'm Mr. Cynical. I'm not. I'm not a gamer. I get way too upset, like beyond reason. Really, it's not healthy for me to play games. I tried. I played, but it was one of those first. Oh no, Heavy Rain. Does anyone remember Heavy Rain? I was working at the library when that came out, and we had it in our collection, so I could loan it for free. I played that. That was very upsetting already. I played a little bit of Dark Souls. I wasn't even that bad. But I was in a pure panic mode, completely, constantly. It wasn't fun. It was very. I did sleep very well afterwards, but also I had a very, very weird dream. So I'm not sure if it balances out. Is it milkshake without ice cream with smoothie? Don't no. That sounds too healthy. If I call it a milkshake, maybe I can trick my mind into thinking that I'm being very unhealthy. And have a, because the more unhealthy something is, the more comforting it feels somehow, to me at least. That's why sugar is such a good way to go. Didn't that website on Reddit 50 Good Words Challenge go out of business due to them allowing AI? Oh, I'm not sure if it was about AI, but it could be. They were struggling for quite a while, I have to say, which is a shame, because it really was a very good. It wasn't just NaNoWriMo. They also had a writing camp in summer, and they worked in the U.S. as far as I know, or maybe they were also internationally active. But they also worked with children and motivated children to not only write but read. So it's really a shame they went under. But yes, I think they went under a few years ago. But I think it started with their statement about something related to the LGBTQ community, and they just messed up, and they tried to kind of retract what they said by explaining it further, and it only went. It just. They shouldn't. An apology would have been better, just a plain apology, but instead they kind of went into it. This is what I remember. I'm saying this in pencil. Don't quote me. Look it up if you want to know the actual details. This is just what was left in my brain, but that's where it started. It could be that the AI thing was just the last drop, and that's how they actually ended up having to cancel themselves. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, Heavy Rain is a very upsetting game. Yeah, it is. I don't know why I chose that game to play. I thought because it's slow, sort of. I killed someone. They tricked me. I remember this exact moment. Listen, someone was having a mental breakdown, and it was one of those panic moments where everything is shaking, and then the controller is shaking, and suddenly I played it on PlayStation. Suddenly the choices were flipped. So I wanted to save him, but they flipped the choices and it killed him. Okay, so upset. I cried so bad, and then I had to kind of try to no, it was a horrible experience. I get into the game too much. Okay, it's as if it's really me in the game. I can't do it. So I'm better off watching someone play The Sims. And if I do watch a game, I have to watch a content creator that I know and trust. So usually that means Julian Solomita, who is now married to Jenna Marbles. I love him so much. He's the reason that I didn't give up on men after my last relationship. He was kind of my safe space, and he still is. I adore him. He's great. He has a very, very healthy community, really an aspiration, to be honest. He handled the switch of taking the channel on his own after Jenna cancelled herself. He did that really well. It was a very difficult time, but he made it. Hi, Canvas. You didn't. Not really. I mean, there were spanks, but it was okay actually. Strawberry milkshakes are my Lorelei rock. What is a Lorelei rock? Should I know this? I am a mocha baby. I love mocha. Oh, I think my music is tripping. Wait, what is this? This is an actual rock, but like a huge one. You're not taking this one home. Wait, why do you call it your Lorelei rock? Because I can't read that much right now. Says the moon landings were fake. Don't quote me ever. Don't quote me. I know nothing. All right. Everything I say is in pencil. Real questions. And should say you feel like the character in the game when you play when playing it. Is it different from feeling like the character while reading a book? No, it's not. Books are very intense for me as well. This is why I cry. Like actually a lot. Um, and well, for me, it's really like living different lives, reading books, no matter what the POV is. Excuse you? Oh, that was loud. Sorry. Your mind doesn't really know the difference between imagination and reality, and I think mine really messed up. So I remember I used to watch horror movies a lot. I don't know why. Probably because I was a teenager and I thought it was cool or something. I don't know. The Saw movies. Oh no, horrible. Could not. I could not. I almost passed out. Makes me nauseous. Wasn't Lorelei a siren? The Lorelei rock is actually like 130 something meter high rock. Wouldn't I be able to their doom on the Rhine? Really? Oh, I didn't know this. I tried to stay away from the sugar and carb intake from strawberry milkshakes, but cannot resist it enticed with. You have to take care of your soul every once in a while. That's why I called my pizza from last night, which I will be eating from in a few minutes. My mental health care pizza, because it wasn't because I was hungry. It was because my soul needed comfort. So every once in as long as you don't drink a milkshake a day, and keep an eye on how many soft drinks you drink or how much sugar you put in your drinks, it's fine. You're not. I think it's worse to deny yourself every little bit of joy that is available to us, which isn't really that much. I feel like a bit of sugar can make you happy. Just watch it. My arm, hi Brandon. My arm is perfect. I almost broke it again, and then it was fine. No, the extension is great. I just need to get my strength back now. So it's actually going really good. How are you doing? Hi, Night Porter. How are you doing? Alvain? What am I going to do with your name? Can I just say Al? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Hope you're okay. I've been reading a book on consciousness, and some scientists describe what we experience as controlled hallucination. Yeah, controlled hallucination. I feel that. Yeah, because we can fool ourselves so bad, and our memories are faulty. It's My arm is, yes. Isn't that the word? See, I do have to be careful. Like I'm doing yoga again, which has been great because I need it. My mental health was declining rapidly. Once you're used to working out in some kind of way, it does turn into a bit of an addiction, I feel like, and I really depend on yoga. So glad I can go back to it, and maybe in a little while I'll just be able to go full at it again because I do have to be careful still. The strength it really isn't great. Uh, let's say nice to heal, generally speaking. Yeah, it is. So what made us put ourselves in a hallucination? Shrooms. Thousands of years ago, someone found delicious shrooms, and ever since we've been doomed. Can I book you for garden work? Hi, Stefan. I mean, you could, I think, I guess, but I don't know anything about actual gardening. What I know is wildflowers. I want wildflowers everywhere, so I don't think I would be much help. I'm afraid. Not today, at least, because I am gonna go. I'll be back on Sunday. On Sunday, we are having the book club wrap up. It's a bit late, but you know, just in case you feel jolly, I guess. These are the books that we have been reading this month. I read both of them. It's okay, Stefan. I'm just at the end of my rope a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of a headache, so I'm gonna go. It's okay. Welcome in. And goodbye. I'm so sorry. I'm back on Sunday. We're doing the wrap up, the cherrypies book club wrap up. I'll be talking about those two books. God, it feels like a lifetime ago. Thanks to I've been reading this for 2 weeks. It's insane. I'm gonna try to finish this tonight. I will definitely have finished it by Sunday. I'll keep you up to date. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Even though I'm now getting, a bit of a headache, that's not your fault. I feel actually a little bit better than I did this morning when I woke up with a pufferfish face. Uh, please, please, please be nice to yourself. Be kind, be gentle. And try to give some grace to people who seem to be losing the plot a little bit. They're just doing their best as well. Drink water. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Stefan. Hope to see you next time, maybe. Look at the schedule to see what it means when I say I'll be back on Sunday. And I love you. You're important. And I hope to see you very soon. Okay? Bye-bye.